this video, we are going to build a simple React application that will be deployed to Amazon's S3 service using GitLab-ci. First things first, we are going to need an Amazon free tier account. Make sure you can log into your AWS Management Console. Also, we will need a free GitLab account. Make sure to sign up for one. And then let's go to reactjs.org. Links in the description. So for this tutorial, we are going to build a simple Hello World React app using create React app command. So let's type in npx create React app, and then the app name, which is, call it sample app. After successfully creating the Hello World, we are going to start the application by running the following commands. So let's go to the folder, cd sample app, and then let's start the application. So npm start, and then let's wait for it to come up. So click OK to allow your terminal to open up a browser, a tab on your browser, I mean. And if all is well, you should be able to see the following compiled successfully message, and yeah, see this screen. So this is the landing page if you have just created a new Hello World React application. Now let's go to our AWS Management Console. So if you have just recently visited the service, you should be able to see it here. Or if not, go ahead and under the storage, you'll see the S3. Or you can also search for the service S3, and then click on the first item on the list. And then let's wait for our AWS S3 page to load up. So I have two existing bucket, but we're going to do is we are going to click on create bucket. We are going to name our bucket. So for this one, let's try sample app S3 gitlab-ci. Region is Singapore. Then click on next. For the configure options on this part, I'm going to leave it blank, so I won't put any tags, and just click on the next. And then for the permissions, we will need to uncheck the block all public access, and then let's tick on the acknowledge. So we're going to disable block all public access. Click on next. Make sure the permissions are off, so block all public access off, and then create bucket. And you should be able to see your sample app bucket. Click on it. We're going to click on properties, and then go to static website hosting. So let's click on it, and then we would like to use this bucket to host a website. So select that one. For the index document, let's put on index.html. Then for the error, so let's keep it blank, and let's click on save. So you should be able to see a bucket hosting checked on the static website hosting. And we go to permissions. We are going to create a bucket policy for our S3 bucket. So to do that, let's click on the bucket policy, and then I have here a sample bucket policy that I'm going to copy and paste. So this is my old policy from my previous projects, but I don't know if this will work. We can try to copy the website and paste it here. Then click on save. If it's getting an error, you can also click on the policy generator at the bottom. Okay, it will lead you to this page. Then we can delete this old policy. Then create our own. So on the policy type, let's select S3 Bucket policy. Effect is allow, so we would not want all services. Instead, on actions, we can select the get object. So we're going to allow get object, and then one must enter one or more principals. So let's type in asterisk for this principal. So we're saying all, and then for the ARN, we need to copy this whole ARN from the policy editor, then paste it here, and then click on add statement. Then you should be able to generate your policy. So click on the button and then copy and paste this JSON document. Then click on save. So if it says does not apply to any resources, so we need to add slash and then asterisk here. Means we're allowing access to all files of your S3 bucket. We would also like to set up a user for our project. So let's go to IMA or IAM rather. Identity and Access Management. Click on User and then click on Add User. So let's call our username sample app user. For the access type, let's grant or let's use the programmatic access, since we will need the access key ID and the secret access key. So let's select the programmatic access and click on next permissions. And on the permissions page, let's select attach existing policies directly. And let's search for S3, since this is for our S3 bucket. Let's click on Amazon S3 full access. Then click on next. For the tags, it's optional, so let's leave it blank. Then let's create user. Once we're done creating the user, we're going to have an access key ID and secret access key. We're going to set this up on the environment variables in our GitLab. Going back to GitLab, we will need to create a project. So let's go ahead and create new project and then select create blank project and then name our project. So in this case, I'm going to name it sample app GitLab S3. And then for the visibility, I'll choose public and then click on create project. Then I'm going to open up a Visual Studio Code and I'm going to push our sample app from our local to our GitLab repo. So I'm going to open up the folder, and then from here I'm going to open a command prompt inside the Visual Studio Code, and I'm going to use the push an existing folder commands from the GitLab. So I'm going to copy paste this line one by one. So first git init, and then git remote add origin, git add, and then we're going to do our initial commit and push this to our master branch. Then if you click on refresh, you should be able to see all your files uploaded on the GitLab repo. Once you're done, next is we're going to set up our environment variables in our GitLab CI. Click on settings and then CI/CD. Expand on the variables column or row rather. From here, remember our access key ID from our IAM in AWS. So we're going to add that variable here. Okay, I'm going to copy the access key ID, then paste it on the value, and then for the key, I'm going to name it AWS underscore access underscore key underscore ID. I want on the flags, I want to protect the variable and then mask it as well. Then click on add variable. So we have added the access key ID. Now we are going to add the secret access key as well. So I'm copying it and then I'm going to paste it on the second field. Then I'm going to name it AWS secret access key. And yeah, so in this video what we have done is we have created a simple React application. We have set up an Amazon S3 bucket. We have created a new project on GitLab, pushed the code on GitLab, and we also set up our environment variables of our GitLab CI/CD. So in the next part of the video, what we are going to do is we are going to create the gitlab-ci.yml file to actually try and test our React continuous deployment with GitLab CI and Amazon S3. I'll see you on the next video, guys. Peace. So what we're going to do now is we're going to create the GitLab YML file. So let's create a new file and we're going to name it .gitlab-ci.yml. Okay, that's for this. We are going to so we're going to declare our AWS variables that we are going to get from here. So let's copy this one and then we're going to get it from the GitLab. So then let's do it on the access key as well, and then for the URL. Okay, so we have declared our AWS access key, secret access key, and the URL. Next is we are going to declare the pipeline stages. Okay, so to do that, so let's then we're going to have build and then deploy for now. Okay, then for the build we are going to have an image. Then we want the image to do the node slim stage will be build, and we only want to trigger it in master. the script that we would like to turn is npm install, and then we want it to npm run script build. So we actually want to install the dependencies, and then this ci is equals to false here is, say for example, your React applications has warnings. Your build will not run if the GitLab CI will consider your warnings as error as well. So in the development, this is good, but on production, I think you should also sort out your warnings as well. But for now, let's put this first. Then let's go with the artifacts. So for our artifacts, so for GitLab artifacts, this is actually uploaded when your build is successful, and then it stays there for in this case for 1 hour, and then after that your artifact will be deleted. So for our deploy, what we are going to do is we're going to have the latest Python image, and we're going to set it as deploy. We only want to trigger this master, and the scripts that we would like to have installed is first pip install. We will need to install the AWS CLI for our deployment image, and then we would also want to configure our access key. Then we copy this AWS. We also need to configure our AWS access secret key. I think it's a secret access key. Then last but not the least is we would like to say to sync the S3 with the build that we have just generated from here. Then put it in our AWS S3 URL. And then we would like to delete everything from we would like to delete the existing files from our AWS 3 before copying the new one. Okay, so we save. Then we would like to upload this Then we would like to push it to our GitHub repository. And then from here, let's see. Yeah. Okay, so it says here that we have an invalid YML. Then we will need to validate. We can validate our YML configuration through here. Let's see what it causes. Okay. 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 I don't know. I don't know about the, because sometimes YML is just hard. Let's see. Alright, so once you have validated your configuration file, okay, let's update this one as well. Save. Okay, sorry for that. All right, so we'll now our build is currently running. See what it's doing. Okay, and then while we're doing that, we go back to our AWS S3, and then we need to get, we can get our URL from, so I have the video here fast forwarded, so it's building the React project, and then after building it will run the deployment to AWS. Alright, so we have successfully deployed our React application in our AWS S3 bucket. So say for example you have let's edit our React. Okay, then update view here, testing if it will show on AWS S3 bucket once uploaded. Okay, so this is on localhost. This should show also here in the AWS S3 bucket if we commit our code changes in GitLab. So let's commit this code -m code changes in app.js. Then we git push. Okay, then we wait again for our cicd job to finish its task. So right now it's running the build. Alright, once you have all your jobs passed and finished, you can go ahead and return to your AWS S3 Bucket website. And that's it. So we see the updates automatically been pushed to our S3 Bucket website. So that's how you automate your React deployment using the GitLab CI. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you around.